Hey guys, welcome in. I really did not expect a lot of people to be here, so nice. Let's see who we have. We got Squishy, we got Ruben. Also, good job Kitsu on getting first. Proud of you. Kitsu then of course. We got Rumbus. Oh damn. Wait, it has been a while. What the hell? Good morning to you too. Damn. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, wait, let me actually turn off before the electric guitar goes too hard. It's supposed to be comfy vibes. It's supposed to be chill and stuff. It should have been me. Got Salika lurking in the background who got called out. Shit on. Anyways, hi guys. I'll try not to crash. You know, that's a good way to think about first driving lessons. Wait. First. And as in like just a test to see how it will go, or actually like the first real lesson. Because for me, I never really got into the first lesson. I got the test part to see like, yo, how long would it take with like the feeling you have for it. Lesson, okay. Well, I wish you the best. It's from school. Oh, wait. Your own school does that? Oh, that's cool. That's nice. $20 hours for free is still quite a bit, though. Oh, Squishy, you weren't feeling well? Oh. Hope you're doing better then. Okay, so, for the stream, other than the comfy vibes, as you can hear, I got the fucking classic 10 hours worth of campfire. Fireplace 10 hours full HD. That's when you know it's up, you know? That's when you know shit's about to go down. Feeling better today? Nice. For today, I just want to work on my villain. Now, I've said this way too many times for an audience that doesn't know what Villainous is, but, if, or at least doesn't really care about it too much, if you got questions, if you want to, like, ask how the game works in general, I can just help you out with that. It's a very interesting game, which Ruben and I will be playing this Sunday, together with a lot of other people. One of them being Fox, got Royal in as well, maybe Marion. I'm not entirely sure yet. Marion did say that she was up for it. But still, could, you know, that could switch up. So, yep, I need to charge my phone. Also, just specifically for Ruben, I know I'm leaning a lot away, by the way, from the mic, but like I said, I'm charging my phone and my charger isn't long enough, so it's laying on the ground now. So, specifically for Ruben, after Sunday, I want to make a specific channel, or at least I want to add text to a specific channel. I've already made it, where I want to do some balance changes to the standard characters of Villainous. So not our homebrews, not my fabrication machine, not this one, but the standard characters that are in the game itself. I want to see if, with a little bit of change, if they are either viable or in line. I think it should be more so that we buff the weaker ones a bit, because I think I've already said it multiple times, but a very simple buff for a lot of characters will be to just change their win condition or their objective to, instead of start of their turn, to just, you know, not be start of their turn. May that be for Hades, I believe, and Mother Gothel. Like, those two characters are very slow and they're easy to punish, at least in my eyes. So I think there could be a nice balance. Oh, welcome in, Fox. Yo, you helped the granny cross the road. Let's go. W. So in that case, Fox, like I said before, mainly to Ruben, probably after Sunday, I wanna. But why did the granny cross the road? I don't know. You could maybe like do a suggestion for a fun reason why the granny would cross the road in the first place, or like why she got there, you know. Wait, imagine if we just do like, you help the granny cross the road, and then you help the granny up the stairs, and then you help the granny swim 5 kilometers, and then just from bad to worse, just continuously adding to her adventure, never getting to her destination. Poor granny. So first of all, how you doing, Fox? Second of all, what I said earlier, is that I want to do balance changes to the base characters that are in the game in Villainous. And mainly, I think so far only, to be honest, very simple buffs to some characters so they feel the slightest bit more viable. Because, very weird, Mother Gothel is one of my, like, personal favorites. Weirdly enough, it feels very fun to play with Mother Gothel. However, it's it doesn't feel rewarding enough for how hard she is to play. Not only just, you know, hard to actually win with, but there's some complexity to her deck. So she feels bad to play because of that. There's no reason worth learning her. So I think that it would be very easy to just give it a slight change and then see what happens then. And that slight change would probably help a granny enter the hospital. Help the granny at the hospital reception. Oh no, Ruben. Oh, Ruben. No. Bad, Ruben. We're not making. I'm gonna start feeling bad for an artificial character that I just randomly created. Granny is getting it. Shut up, kids. Poor Granny. Oh. But I kind of want to do that after upcoming Sunday. So I want to say something. Oh yeah. So that people can play the worst characters. Overall, when I like recommend a character, they're on the stronger side, I would say. And most of the time a stronger character is also fun, hence why I recommend them. But the characters like a Hades and Mother Gothel aren't necessarily unfun to play. It's just that you will never reach your win condition compared to some other characters. So because of that, you never really get that dopamine kick of almost getting to your objective of, or at least being close, you know? If it was some kind of like three-way like standoff and one of you just got the win before the other two started their turn or something, that would have been fun. That would have been close, and that would have been, you know, cool. But we also had a couple of moments where one villain, one person would just be way behind the other two or three, and then you know, they're kind of out of the game, and that could happen by just draw luck. You know, you could be very unlucky with how you draw your cards, and that's fine. That's, you know, shit happens. But some characters kind of like don't give you the feeling of you doing well, such as a Hades, because it always feels like you are behind the curve of other characters. Always feels that they are closer to their objective, even though you are like either considered lucky with your draws, or you got, I don't know, you're very tactical, just mindset based, right? So it kind of feels bad to play some characters, and I want to bump those up. So after Sunday, I kind of want feedback of people, what they think about some characters, and what they think should be a very easy way to buff it, so that we all can at least remember it on the spot as well. And then just make that an official note for us. Say like, okay, we will try this out. For example, Mother Gothel doesn't need to start a turn with 10 trust. It's just that she needs to reach 10 trust. And we'll go from there and see if that goes well. And if not, then, you know, it's not good. So be it. Okay, so what is chat saying? Also, thank you for Lurk Kid to appreciate it. What is it, Finn? I'm at a loss as to what is wrong. It's just that you make a whole story of the granny. Like, come on, man. I made that like channel point redeem thing so that we could like have fun gigs at each other. Mainly that, right? Just either making like a haha funny, for example, what I did with Royal, with the meme of the onion and the mushroom like being switched around, or something else. But this is just a random character that I was like, oh yeah, I'll just throw that in there. What? Meme. Oh god. What is this? Okay, well, I'm not gonna watch that video now, but okay, you were referring to a meme. I see. Anyways, also funny that the multi-chat thing shows links is in blue, while Twitch chat shows them in purple. This is fine. Tune back in. You refer to a meme, apparently. SMH my head. I'm sorry, okay? Apparently, a couple of people don't know the meme. But okay. So, back to my villain. I have a couple of notes, hence why I have my phone charging. It was only 6%. I was gonna... Now it's already 25. Hey! Okay. notes. So, I was at Royal's birthday party this weekend, last weekend, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to try play my villain that I theory crafted together a bit ago and see if it works. But I like made most of my notes and then redid most of them in words, which I was more satisfied with. So I kind of had to think on spot what they were again, because I didn't have my Word document with me. I just have my old notes. And it kind of went well, actually, weirdly enough. So Fox can confirm this, but the character seems to be quite on par when it comes to like the speed, the curve in a game. It seems to be all right. Maybe a little bit on the slower side, but other than that, it's actually quite good so far. So I need to add a couple of cards, make it a little bit more interesting, I think. Personally, I want it to be a bit more interesting. And then feel like it's already pretty balanced, so I should just look into it and see if I need to change anything else. 3 of us were all really close to winning. Wait, which one was Royal? Royal was playing which one again? Stonks. That's Exodia for Forbidden. That's Easter. Imagine just having Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. Yeah, Prince John, I figured. Oh yeah, you were playing the first game. Yeah, you were playing the first game with Prince John, and the second game Royal play Prince John. Yeah, okay, that was it. Okay, so it was actually pretty close, weirdly enough. Which, knowing our homebrew characters, it's not really, you know, something that happens a lot. I'll add for you. I play Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 additional cards from my deck. It's actually really funny because card draw isn't even that insane in Villainous, right? When you compare, I'll actually wait on the ad for this. Okay, so. Welcome back. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that if you compare Villainous to any other card game, card draw is actually not that strong compared to most games, since at the end of your turn you'll draw back to 4. 99% of the time. Sometimes it's even 5. So even a Pot of Greed will be like haha funny, there's actually a couple of cards that allow you to draw 2 cards for like 1 mana in Villainous. Card draw ain't that bad, as you could also just discard any card you don't want, granted you're at a location that allows it. Yeah, true. And on top of that, your deck cycles. Whenever you are out of cards, you reshuffle your deck. Some card games, of course, it's a valid strategy to mill your opponent's deck, like through their cards, just burn through them and see if they at some point run out of cards, which most of the time has like some mechanic attached to them to punish that for running out of cards. but that isn't the case for Villainous. So card draw is actually wait, let me actually check. Before I check, actually, I'm going to the bathroom. That might be handy. So 2 seconds, then we'll talk about the card draw cards in Villainous, because I believe there's one that's like draw 2 cards for 0. I don't. Anyways, 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Hey. So, let me check. Villainous cards draw. Let me change this window real quick to Opera. There you go. Oh, let me also turn off this. Smooth. Okay, so card draw. Also, am I going crazy, or is there a bonfire? There is a bonfire in the background. Actually, wait, let me, there you go. Okay, so, all the cards that have some form of card draw. Over here. During their turn, if another player takes a discard any number of cards and draw back up to 4 cards. That's actually a really funny one, because that is unironically what I have for a condition card. Wait, what? Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, your house is on fire. Like, I think you should run. Take your PC, all your important belongings. Just a PC. No. Draw 3 cards into your hand and discard any 3 cards. Draw 4 cards from your deck, then discard 4 cards from your hand. Such a... Oh yeah, Beauty Sleep, of course. We got Birth Arthur. Guard her hand and draw 2 cards. Okay, but that's a fate card. Here, 1 mana, draw 3 cards. This, if you have this in, like, Magic, for example, fucking insane. Like, That should, that is an insta ban on all tournaments. Holy. As this, I did draw 2 cards. Yeah, 0 mana, draw 2 cards, and having a choice as well on top of that to get 2 power instead. Addition cards. Shuffle your villain, discard pile. Into your deck, draw 2 cards. Up to 3, while also discarding heroes. Like, damn. Draw cards each time you get faded. Stuff. Draw cards from your villain deck equal to the number of cards discarded. Oh yeah, right. If someone discards the entire hand just to cycle through, like, like you start your next turn with 7 cards. Like, damn. Have like a fourth of your deck just in your hand right there. Draw cards just by standing there. Draw 3 cards into your hand and discard any 3 cards. Yeah. That's like the card draw in this game is quite insane compared to most games. In terms of balance, it is still fair though. Because, like I said, the drawing cards effects aren't really that strong, since you'll do it anyway. Not just like one, but oh, that was a YouTube video. I wanted to grab my notes. So, notes. The ones that I made and the ones that are in here are a little different. So, 2 and 3 are still the same. However, 4 is switch a big blind to a small blind. Okay, now cool idea. These two, just combine them. Switch a big blind to a small blind. Why shouldn't the title and stream category be different? Did I not press and done? I didn't press and done, probably. Is it now changed to just chatting? Now it's fixed. Okay, jeez. Irritating. Nobody noticed that yet. Smooth. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, what if we just combine the two? Like, switch a big blind to a small blind for the people that don't know, which is Ruben, for example. A big blind and a small blind are basically blockers, like how you would have heroes in your normal villain decks, or fate decks, where they lay over actions. However, in this one, they're not necessarily heroes, but they block your shit. And I have copied the mechanic of Alice in Wonderland, like the Queen of Hearts, like shrinking and enlarging cards thing, where you turn a card on its side. And that's basically how I wanted to do, like, big blind to small blind. I thought it would be a funny remake. It fits in theme, sort of. It's basically just, instead of blocking 2 actions, you block 3 actions. That's all. So to combine this, switch a big blind to a small blind, or remove a small blind. By the way, this is the wrong one. Ha! There. I think that's fair. Yeah. And Ruben, for you, those blockers, basically, you need to play a certain, since you don't have any vanquish actions, you need to play a certain hand, for example, a pair, or a 3 of kind, or a 2 pair, something like that, to get rid of those blockers again. Now, still need to think about how I exactly want to do it, since playing cards cost power, and all your power is at the top, so at some point you might unironically block off someone's entire action by it just being nigh impossible. There's one way to do it, and that is to, if I remember correctly, play a straight. Quickly need to check, 2 seconds. Have a straight. Yeah, a straight where the 10 is either the highest or lowest card in that straight. So either a royal straight or 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And with that, you would be able to trigger this game power equal to the cards played for this hand. And a straight is also a free hand. You don't have to pay for that. But that will be very abysmal game design to just allow that after blocking these actions, you know? So I'll get back to that. I think this on its own is like good enough already. At least for now. May perform any blocked action. That's cool. But what do I have in my notes? May perform any blocked action. Okay, I was kind of settled on it, but now that I look at it, it doesn't really strike me as interesting. Maybe like, or two spaces away from your mover. There you go. That would be cool as well. So you will be able to reach a little further for an extra move, or you may perform any blocked move. So that will be on the other side of the board as well, if that blocked action is something that you want. Now 6, I had dots in here because I wasn't sure about it. But in this one, in my notes, I said you may use both discard and poker hand actions. Okay. So I wanted to do this. That is something that I wanted to do. There you go. That was a way to stop it from being very annoying. So, for the board, how would like to have it? I'm not entirely sure if I want 9 or even more per chance. Like that would be like very funny. But then I need to connect some kind of mechanic to it where it matters where you actually like go to. For example, King Candy, King Candy, Candy King. King Candy. King Candy, yeah. Always confuse the name, that guy. It's like a racetrack, right? And that's kind of where my inspiration came from as well. Just going way overboard with how the board actually looks like. I was thinking like having a roulette table, or like a poker table, right? And the poker table is always very wide when it comes to like a game or something. You always see it being very wide where the dealer sits like in the middle and the rest of the players are just all so far apart from each other. And it always looks like it's kind of just the size of an entire like villainous board, like in ratios. So I thought, you know, that would be cool to just have that going. Just do the entire space as the same thing. Oh well, it kind of works. And then your mover kind of stands on a certain spot, and then the action before it, or like left and right of it, left and right, I should say it correctly before people correct me. Left and right of it, those are available to you, and you can only choose 2 of those actions. So whereas with King Candy, I'll quickly show you. There you go. With King Candy, you have this board, right? And your mover moves alongside the racetrack in this figure 8 pattern. And you can, every time you start your turn, you can move 1, 2, 3 spaces, I believe. And the actions that you're allowed to play are the ones, one behind it, one you're on, and one in front of it. So what you do, this is where you start, of course. You just do 1, 2, 3. You grab a card, or you made this card, you can play a card, and you grab 3 power. You, next turn, you hop 1 further, play 2 cards and 3 power, and then you hop further for 3 power again with play cards and discard. And that is basically how you want to play for the strongest. Like, you know how there's always that one spot with double play a card and a 3 power. Basically all villains have that one spot. This is probably the strongest equivalent of it. You can do it 3 turns in a row, where you gain 3 power, and one of those 3 turns, the second one, is where you can play 2 cards. And the other one, it isn't even a bad thing, because you can discard cards, which is actually really strong. To, you know, cycle to the correct cards, and then here play 2 of those, and then you're like, oh nice, I played 2 but I got 2 bad ones back, or something like that, or you're overflowing on one certain card which you don't need yet, then you can discard it here again, and you're saving up, and then you continue down the line. I think, yeah, I kind of want something like that as well, but I don't know how to exactly do that. How that would function. Because if you, for example, do the same thing where you go in line, and that's kind of how it goes. You need to go the entire way again. So in my example, that will be left to right. So going from here, then let's say, let's do 2 steps, or like 3 to here. So I got like 5 power, and I may play a card. But I choose not to. I'd say 5 power and play poker hand. And then I hop once more for 2 play cards and 3 power, and say like, oh, that got a cool card going. And then I hop once more, and then gain 5 power and play a poker hand again. Then I'm at the end, and then what? You know, there should be something going on there. Either I make this entire thing like unbalanced, because right now it's very like in the middle stuff. Or I do like a, you know, with Monopoly, of when you go buy stars you get 200 euros or dollars, whatever, shmoney. I could do something like that, where there's a reason to actually go for fast rounds and not like hang around a certain place the whole time and then speed run to that same place so you can stick around as long as possible. I could do either like basically a curve of power where it goes up the further down you are in the on the boards, and then make it enticing to block this off, and maybe say like whenever there's a block, those blocks always need to be played at the right side. So at this side, for example, it starts creeping up this way. I don't know. We shall see how I want to do that. But that, to be honest, I think it's easier to now think of cards, then think of this, and then come back to the cards afterwards, see if that works with the new like boards that I got going. Okay, so where was I? I think that this is now an interesting enough card. I can perform an action that is, you know, further away. This one you may perform the third action from the top row this turn. And 7 allows you, so 3, 5, and 7. Those are all uneven numbers, and they do something for your action, so that kind of fits. 7, perform another action from the top row again, so you can repeat. Fox, you told me to word this in a different way, and I liked how you worded it like last weekend, but I can't remember what it was. So in case you are actively lurking, get your ass out of the lurk and help me again what it was. I'm here, don't worry. Okay, so you did mention like how I should reword it. So perform an action that I've already used, something like that. From the top row specifically. Not that I'm allowed to play like a poker hand again or use the discard afterwards. Specifically that. In the meantime, I'm going to make my 6, which I noted down as may use both discard and poker actions. Now that I have this in mind, right, I think that it will be cool if I should do, may play another action from the bottom row. Perform. By the way, that's to shrink tab. Perform an action you played this turn, excluding fate, and play poker hands again. Okay. Let me just look. Perform an action. I swear there was like a character for that, which had it worded as well. A character that allowed you to perform an action again. Was that Cruella? Cruella? No. No, it wasn't. Which one was it? Let me switch this up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Ooh, who was it? Dr. Facilier? Hades and Dr. Facilier have a similar thing with the Chariot and Shadowman. I can play an additional action, but excluding fates. Was it Shadowman? Shadow Spirits, Shadowman. No, wasn't him. Okay, I mean, it wasn't another note before we left Royal. I jokingly talked about making another villain, so got like 80% of that done now. Oh god. Well, tell me, go on. Ruben, isn't that something for you to also like try and make a villain at some point? Like just for fun, see how it goes. Like I know you're not like a game designer or anything, but you are creative. I'm not either, so I'm just having fun as well. I did think of okay. By the way, I'll just say this. Kane. Yeah, I was looking at Kane as well, but that wasn't like adjacent. Cannot use Kane to perform fate actions. I must head out. Have fun, everyone. Have a good rest of stream, Hero. Thank you very much, Squishy. See you later, and I hope that you're feeling a-okay later again. Bye-bye. It's from a game we both play and some others in the community as well. Honkai Star Rail. Well, you say we both play, but I hope you mean Ruben then, not me. Because no, I don't. Me and Royal. Okay. I see. Well, tell me about it. I mean, I'm mainly there for the gameplay. To be honest, I'm 100% there for the gameplay at that point. As for making a villain, might give it a shot, but my mind instantly went to a Factorio theme. So that could be cool, right? I mean, I wanted to say that. I was kind of thinking about making an Outer Wilds themed one. But like you know, there's two problems with it. One, it is very hard to point to an antagonist in Outer Wilds. But two, you are spoiling half the game by making cards for the game. It has to be at least somewhat lore accurate for it to, you know, thematically work. So I can't really do that. Like, I just need to create a table where everyone who has played Outer Wilds are allowed to sit at, and then I'll just throw the character in there. But now the question... Give me a second, I'll send it to you. Okay. I'll scroll up already in my Discord. But now the question is if the biters or the engineer is the villain, because I can see both working. It will be definitely be a very heavy ally slash item based deck. Dude, 100%. Here's the thing: you do the engineer, right? And then it's just straight up just transforming the entire planet into just a machine. Really, well, not a machine, but you know, just industrialize everything. It kind of, let's say, the same way that Maleficent works, where you need to have like some form of machinery at each location, but instead of having different curses, you all can play, they are like factories that need to be placed at specific spots. For example, a coal deposit where you build like some power generator thing can only be played over there, and before that gets played you need to have some form of material in your hands. I don't know, but could be something. Also, yeah, I read that if you do the engineers, consider looking at, I think, Terranil. Terranil? Is that perchance a character or a game? Is it just a planet? Oh, this one! Yeah. I recognize it. It could also be similar to Evil Queen, but instead of collecting ingredients, it's the different science bottles. Okay, if you want to go into the progress of the game. Yeah, true. You could do that as well. I personally think that industrializing the entire planet sounds more interesting, you know? Like, either having different levels of, like, buildings or something. So, you know, first off, starting with a tiny, like, semi-automatic coal plant, but then at some point just a fucking powerhouse at level 3 or something. Don't know, but you know, you could look into it. I personally think the engineer is more interesting to work around. Terranil is a reverse Factorio builder. Yeah, it's to green the planet, right? Could also be similar to... Yeah, I read that. Good job, me. Send it to you. Need 2 more parts of the objective, 3 more fate cards, and 5 more villain cards. What the hell? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Fucking list, man. Objective, reach the 7th day and enforce the order. Okay. This is apparently this is connected to the game. I wouldn't be able to see how, but you have an idea. You have a way to do it. Okay. I'll look into it a little more after stream. Oh, Squishy went live. That explains. Okay. Quickly. Put on the stream then. Okay. There you go. Maybe something like an item assembling machine that gives 1 power if you're at that area, but with a certain science flash level, you upgrade it to 2 powers. Maybe not an assembling machine, but a steam turbine. Definitely have ideas now. Yeah, that's the curse of starting a project. All of a sudden, everything just clicks, but like does for 90%, and that's the annoying part. It's the same thing as I have now. I thought it was a really cool idea to have a poker-based like villain, and I instantly thought of King Dice, but then I was like, wait, King Dice, like cool and all, but I don't really add a lot of things from the game to the gameplay itself, and I really thought that the gameplay was the cool part of it, hence why it's just the dealer right now and not like King Dice over here. I think that, in my opinion at least, when you do a homebrew, it is a little bit more important to just have a fun idea going on, to fill out a need where you think that either the game misses something or something that people would enjoy, rather than making it, you know, perfectly in line with some character. If you want to do that, of course, be my guest. But like, I thought of the Outer Wilds thing, and that will be quite something. I'll give you a hint. It will be a little bit like how Retigan works with his 2 different objectives, but on steroids. So if one plan fails, he would switch to another. With the Outer Wilds thing, I had the same thing in mind, but just take it to the extreme. So I don't know how that will work, but yeah, it will be cool. I'm just like, if I have a very cool idea around Outer Wilds, right? It's going to be so insanely difficult to, you know, recreate like the story notes basically into cards without it just spoiling the entire game. I think it's impossible really to do it without spoiling the game, because the way I was thinking about it as well was including the DLC. And for example, Fox only played the main game, still wanting to play the DLC at some point, hint hint. But you know, he would never be able to, or at least I wouldn't allow him to play my my villain before that happens. But a bit of the DLC, yeah, true, but you don't know the story about it around it all. Oh wait, Marian was the one that completely like missed the DLC. Right. Okay. so let's continue with this. You may perform another action from top row again. Will be you may perform an action you've played this turn, excluding may perform an action you've played this turn. Excluding the fated action. Nice. Thank you. Wouldn't allow myself within 10 meters of the... True. Also, the villain that I have in mind is a very funny, like, fan theory. More like a headcanon of some fans. Because it's quite hard to point out a villain in Outer Wilds. It's kind of hard to do, but you know, if there's one that I have in mind, or the other option that I have in mind is around specifically the DLC, and I don't really want that. Although I do have one for the main game. I hope that in that case, Fox, you'll be the only one that gets this, and I'll keep it very, very short so that others wouldn't get it through context clues, but the Comet will be quite a funny villain. But that will be like a third idea. I think that the other two ideas, one around a very odd fan theory, headcanon kind of thing, will be the most interesting, and the second option will be purely around the DLC. That could work, I think. Yeah, it could. I'm not saying it wouldn't be able to. Just straight up, like, you win in 10 turns. just wait for it to arrive. Oh well. Okay, so 8. When another player gains 3 or more power, they are not allowed to fake you for that turn. Doesn't really do much. Because I believe with all villains, there's no fate action and 3 power connected on one area. When another player plays a cards. I think that's fair, actually. Because it's the only thing you do is just stop. Not allowed. Nuh-uh. Other than that, there's not a lot going on. Seeing as stuff already has happened. Yeah. You know, there's a clear villain. Yeah, just a nuh-uh. It's like, nah. Fucking a heart of cards, you know? Fate is in my villain deck, not in yours. Go away, shoot. That's basically it. And I have when another player Forms the should say there you go. And then same for this. When another player performs discards action. Also, I like this one, but I just, like I said earlier, I realized that was legit a one-to-one copy of another card of Lady Tremaine. Weirdly enough, I didn't realize that. Here, let me switch that real quick. This one. During their turn, if another player takes a discard action, you may play and one more thing. You may discard any number of cards and draw back up to 4 cards. You know, that's exactly the same thing as my own cards. The only difference is that I worded with draw back up to your hand limit, since there is a way to either, you know, standard have 5 or be manipulated to have only 4 of them. Back to this. So I like the conditions. I think normally it is about a, yeah, it's normally a 4:30 ratio or 2:15 ratio, and 8:60 is the same ratio of condition cards. So I actually think this is fine. This is good. Having 8 of the 60 cards as condition cards. So, yeah, what now? Need to, actually, before that, I'm going to quickly look at the other cards. I believe the Queen, the Jack, and the 10 are the exact same. Game power equal to the cards played in this hand. Yeah. Imagine, by the way, if you have a 4 of a kind. Or no, sorry, actually a 3 of a kind would be like more fun, because that will mean you instantly get like 9 or full house. That would mean you get 15 all of a sudden in one turn. Oh wait, that's cool actually. Oh, I want that. Because full house meaning 5 cards. Game power equal to, oh wait, was full house 3 times? No, wait. Full house was just both effects once. Okay, in that case, the strongest power gain overall is 4 of a kind. But the strongest instant is a 3 of a kind. In case that you, in case people want to follow it. 4 of a kind is that you trigger the effect once for 4 turns in a row. And a 3 of a kind is that you perform 3, like, just that action 3 times that turn. So either you have a nice passive income each turn, or you would have like a nice burst all of a sudden of power. Okay, so that seems alright, this seems alright. And then King. want to have something interesting going on. Either with or without the pay one. Not entirely sure yet. Because the version I had is where you bring back any cards that's on the board into your hand. The king. Like, I could do that, right? But it would... if I would do that, I would probably remove the pay one for it. So, like, remove any... Or a pay one, and then... Like, any... how would I word that? Activate, pay one, return any amount of cards of the selected rank to your hands. That could also be something. Really? Also, I had like an idea to make the Joker an ally. See how like that will be interesting. I don't think so. Well, So there's something I had in mind, right? So the Joker could be that the alternative effect, because you can only like play it in poker hands that are not high cards, because it's basically like a filler card that helps you complete a hand faster. So high cards wouldn't make sense. Like, you're not completing anything, you are the entire hand. So that wouldn't make sense. However, I never really thought about just having two Jokers. As like a pair. What that would do, you know? Would that be a waste? Maybe I should have like a rule around not allowing Jokers to be the only thing that you play in a hand. So that you can at least identify something out of it. But I had an idea where the Jokers would also have... that I would entirely remove those 4 effect cards that I had, but not their effect itself. So I would remove the cards, but work their effects into the Jokers. And say, for each Joker, just very simple, that you can choose which type of deck you want to play with. And that will be just their play as a card effect instead of as a poker hand effect. That will be more like this. And then you could do this. Actually quite interesting to just do that. Oh well. I'll think of something. And on top of that, the 3 different effects, or the 3 different ways of shaping or four, I should say, four different ways of shaping your deck, wouldn't feel bad if I changed that to three. In case people are actually interested, my villain deck had 4 effect cards, which would change the way of how you draw cards by splitting up the deck into specific sets. One was very obvious, changing the one villain deck into 4 drawable piles based on their suit. And I had one where it was only jokers and the other deck of cards would be non-jokers, but you have to play with an open hand and you're only allowed to play with 1 joker per hand. And then there was face and non-face cards, which was a way to split it up. But then the 4th one was the one that was really irritating to just play with, and that was dividing them by rank, which, of course, as you may imagine, fucking sucks. To just constantly split up a deck into, well, 14 different decks. And that would just be annoying, especially since I did think of a fate card that would maybe reset that. So, yeah. We shall see. Do think of upping the strength of the fate deck a little bit more. I do think, especially with my previous villain, which I will work on again in the near future, I do think that it is more interesting to have a stronger villain deck and a stronger fate deck than a new, like just a okay villain deck and therefore an okay fate deck. Think that having a little bit more spikes in there is just more fun overall. You know, it could be like a clutch card that the fate deck draws, or you could just, you know, steamroll through it. It's a little bit more snowbally, but I think that is overall more entertaining, really, for everyone. Okay, so I will work this one out. Can be played in any poker hand except high cards. Is not allowed. Poker hand. Okay. And then the effect will be switch your pile style. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird. Pile style. I'll just do this for now, just so that I'm at least aware of what it does. I know what it does, I should just word it differently. And whenever I make like the objective and special rules thing, I can easily word it how like a style would, you know, what falls under that. Hows and what's pros and cons, really. For example, splitting up a deck into different suits, it's really easy for flushes, right? And splitting it up in face and non-face makes it easy to get a part of a straight going. And on top of that, gives you like the ally cards and things like that. And like the Joker one is, in my opinion, a very interesting balance-wise, because you can always have a Joker in hand, and I think that one is actually very strong for the lower placed, like the easier to get hands, because for those, you know, having one card extra, if you just have a pair in hand, you will always have your Joker. That just means that you'll have a 3 of a kind instead of a pair. If you have a pair, you can also make that into a 2 pair, because there's a random other card in there. If you actually have a 3 of a kind, you can make that into a 4 of a kind. Things like that, whereas a straight will be a little bit harder. A flush, you need to have 4 of the same, which is also a little bit harder. But yeah, we shall see. I want to do that. So maybe just straight up say 8 jokers. And here's the thing, like switching to a new style, you are forced to put away your joker with that. That's kind of like the drawback of it. You discard a joker with it. I think that makes it for a fun balancing act. I think that's fun. I just need to think of something interesting for the king. The king is, you know, it kind of needs at least something. For example, the ace. Draw up to your hand limit and take another poker hand / discard action. / gain X power action. Play poker hands, there you go. / discard / gain X power. Should capitalize P. Just for the cleanness. Yeah, I mean, this could work. Just use jokers instead of specific cards. Okay, and then the Fate deck is something that I'm kinda like iffy on. Fox gave me some feedback and told me that Feeling Lucky is a very fun and interactive card. Now, Feeling Lucky, I'll just quickly copy this format, even though it's not a 1-to-1. The amount, X name, and then the cost can be removed. Also, strength can be removed because that's not applicable here. Speaking of which, have you considered doubling the size of the Fate deck as well? No, but I don't think that's necessary. Because whenever you're going through the entire Fate deck, you know, that's it. You can reshuffle it and start over. Whereas with with poker, you need all the cards at least. So you need at least 52 to make it like viable. Or you need to make like weird other ways of doing it. But I think that unironically playing poker is interesting. I think that those hands that you need to create is an interesting mechanic on its own. I mean, it's a card game for a reason, you know. There's a reason why people play it. I play it as well with some friends. Like half of the board game people that we play with on Sunday, we normally play some poker. We don't really use any real money or anything if we set something in other than like the in-game currency, the chips. If we do anything else, it's snacks. We just put in like a bit of snacks, and it's like, I won all, and at the end of it, everyone touched the snacks at least 5 times. So nobody really wants it anymore, but it's funny. That's how people get sick. Whoopee. Okay, so feedback from Fox was that Feeling Lucky was a fun and interactive card, which I agree with. I just wanted it to be you know, a one-off, a way to counter the little bit. Oh wait, I should still have this. So this is what I had. It's a one-off, and then effect. And what it would do is be very annoying, really, and let the opponent that faded you draw 5 cards as well, and you compare your like the villain's hand to the fader's hand, and see in terms of poker hand which one is better. Needs to be properly balanced and not too swingy. Also, still only 1 copy. Yeah, this is I want to say, like, this is what I had. A one-off which will be like a little bit like, oh shit, there goes like a part of my objective. That's irritating, but also be very dangerous, hence why Feeling Lucky. But yeah, a little less swingy could be it, but I don't know how to reward that. Like, reward it for the fader, I should say. Rewarding it for the villain will be either give the villain the choice to swap hands and then discard his old hand, and that will be his new hand, right? Or just something like give him X amount of power, like 5. So he will be able to play a hands for free again. So it's say free. He got 5, and then he would have to spend those 5, but free. But for the fader, I don't know. That's a little different, because you can't really, you know, giving them the option to win power, for example, would be very, very, like, it would be very unstable, let's say like that. To have an outer source be able to give you power would be very hard to balance, because some characters thrive on a lower economy. Like their whole deck is a little bit lower on economy, but because everything is, it doesn't really matter, you know? Winner draws a card either way, and if Fater wins, you discard a card chosen by them. Could be. You know what? Yeah, sure. However, I think that if Fader wins part, I think that's the part that I'll yoink. And I still think that the suggestion I made for if the villain wins is actually quite interesting. If they win, they have the choice to switch hands. You know, so if the opponent gets a really good hand, but a US villain no longer need it, for example, or don't really want it, then you can just say nah. But if it's actually something you need and you beat that, that's like dopamine rush, you know? That's good shit. So how do I word it? Draw, no, not two. Draw 2 cards. From the villain deck with the same draw rules as the villain. And compare poker hands. If the Fater, yeah, Fater. I like use it anyway to describe the person who fates someone else. It's like, yeah, I use the term Fater. Done. Fater, one. They, I would, however, I don't know, just discarding a card seems kind of meh. Especially since I believe one of my effects, yeah, I have the effect that you discard a card from hand. Wins. If the villain wins, they may decide to poker hand and there you go. I think that this effect is actually really cool. There's risk to it. There's actually some strategy to it as well. And let's say, for instance, that you want to draw a certain card, and you're like, let's see if I can get a 3 of a kind going on, right? Maybe you have like the face and non-face deck, and you draw all your cards from the face deck. Let's say that is allowed. I don't know if I want to allow that, but let's say it's allowed, and you draw all the cards from the face deck, and you want to focus on the 3 of kind, see if you can get that. And you feel like there is no risk to it, since the villain already completed his 2 of kind, his pair, his 2 pair, his 3 of kind, his 4 of kind, right? Then there's no reason for him to want that hand. There's no incentive to switch hands unless he has a really shitty one, where his best card is like a high card 9 or something. Like, has a really shitty hand. It's his only reason why he would swap, but he would never win with it. So I actually think this is a interesting thing. Also, I should, there you go. It's a little cleaner. Okay, so now that that is a 2 off, need to quickly look at the rest of the cards. Well, let me just copy this because only the name is different. I don't know. But this effect does the following, which is discard a card from hand. Actually, that's kind of, it's got a card from hand. There you go. Then probably would do a little bit less blocks, maybe. I at least want to do 1 block, which is a 1-off. A 1-off. Dots. And maybe instead of calling them blockers, I'll call them gamblers. Because that's kind of what, you know, why people would sit on the table, because they're gamblers. So this is a gambler type. And maybe a gambler sees through you. So you are not allowed to lay jokers. To use jokers in poker hands. Specifically that. So you can still change up the style of the way you draw. But you're not allowed to do that. Okay. Now, the way to remove him, to win from him, basically. That's kind of... Yeah, that's kind of the theme. Remove, like... How to beat. How to beat. And then let's say pair. Okay, then we will just very simply copy this into a couple more. Then gambler number 2. Let's just give them nicknames for now. Lucky Johnny. Lucky Johnny. Not allowed. I should produce this again. Not allowed to play. High cards. How to beat. What should we say? How do we beat it? He is very lucky. So that's why you can't even play a high card against him. He will always have higher than that. So in theme, that's why. So let me think. Maybe a full house. Maybe just go all out on it. Yeah. Full house. Actually, yeah. Let's say that. Because it's not like a very bad block or anything. This passive is not that tough, right? I mean, it's annoying, don't get me wrong. If you want to get rid of a card, but at least play its effect, then you cannot do it with a high card. You have to just straight up discard it. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think a Joker is also fair for this one. Or a pair. Maybe a little higher, either 2 pair, maybe? Ooh. I don't know. I mean, these should be very annoying. However, I need to think of how I want those gamblers to work as well. Maybe I'll do like, you can only have like 3 on board. And a maximum 3 on board. And if there's already 3, you can choose to switch out one for another. Maybe that's something. To play high cards, have to beat full house. There. Then I actually think that a 2 pair. 2 pair, yep. Let's make these guys tough. These are like the 3 irritating fate cards, really. Like, makes them very annoying to play against. Also, let's do this real quick. And then need to yoink. Oop. Okay, switch one gambler from a small blind to a big blind. can only have one big blind on boards at the time. And time. There you go. That's a way to balance that. Big blind. There you go. Blind, blind. Blind, blind. Big blind. There you go. Into there. And then this one was very simple. Hand size reduced to 4. Reduced by 1. No. 4. How to beat? Maybe a 3 of a kind. Yo, welcome in, Lord. Welcome in, or Z. I mean, your name is close to Z in Discord, so whatever you prefer. Anyways, welcome in. How you doing? Hand size reduced to 4. How to beat 3 of a kind. Keep in mind, this one is allowed to have jokers, unless this one is also there. Yes, C is preferred. Lol, nice. Also, hello, hi. How are you? How does one do? My back, help. Sitting up straight again. Jesus. I was before as well, but can't feel my toes. Okay, this is the part where you say, because I'm sitting in a certain position and my nerves are just being squished, so therefore I cannot feel my toes. That's the part where you come in. Go. Other than that, I'm alive. Okay. How's Hero? I'm doing pretty well. Weirdly enough, a lot of people... No, not certain... Oh, okay, well... That's upsetting to hear. Oh, it's just that cold. Oh, that explains. A lot of people actually tuned in at the start of the stream. Now, of course, it damaged very simply because I am currently talking about a subject that only 2 of the people that are actively watching really know about. So, yeah, there's no real reason for people to stay around, but you know, it's a cozy stream. So, in case you want to talk about something, go for it. In case you want to ask what exactly I'm working on, I can tell you that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means that I need 6 more. Fuck. How do I want to do that? Average Joe. And Average Joe, there are 3 of them. And Average Joe doesn't have passive, and I'll just say how to beat... should this be like a filler kind of thing where I say that a pair is good enough already? I'll say a 2-pair. Say a 2-pair. That seems fine enough. Okay. Daring Daniel. Ah, yes. We got Lucky Johnny and Daring Daniel, and Average Joe 3 times because he's average. I think funny name for this guy. Also, I need a name for this card. Okay, I'm gonna go find Heat. Go for it. See you later. Some kind of cheater. No, you wouldn't actually. This one would be probably the most fair guy if you're not allowed to use pokers or like jokers in poker hands. That would be like the most fair guy actually. Daniel will probably say like, "Yo, dude, I bet we can play with 4 cards instead of 5. I'll still beat your ass." You know, that would be Daring Daniel. I'm just now like, I want to delete this one as well, just for the theme of having like the double like letters going on. Fucking observing Oliver. Ah, yes. Observing Oliver. Like, what you doing there, huh, dealer? What was that? What's that? Don't do that. And the gambler. Actually, let's throw in a female name there. Lucky Lucy. There you go. Actually, probably the toughest one. Just had like a full house. Like, oh, fuck. But you need to keep in mind, like, this is not just standard poker. This is poker with 8 jokers in there. It's actually like a little easier than normal poker because of that. Especially like the lower hands, the higher hands, of course, they still take some skill. Or at least take some time to get going. Unless you have like, you want a full house and you have 2 or like 3 jokers even going on. Oh. So Average Joe. Oh. Then I need 2 more. Average Joe, even though like these like names are funny and stuff, Average Joe is kind of, yeah. Don't know. Oh, quickly go to the bathroom again. Somehow I need to go to the bathroom like twice now already. I haven't even gotten any alcohol. So, I don't know. Anyways, 2 seconds. I'm back. Okay. Oh my god, fire. Campfire, that is. Okay. And 3 others that are... I don't know. Confident. Connor. Tried to type 2 different words. Didn't really help. Confident Connor. There you go. What does Confident Connor do? I don't know yet. Let's find out. How to beat. With 2 pair? Or maybe even just a pair. Unironically, just a pair. Overconfident. I think that Oscar is a name for someone who will be overconfident. Let me quickly save, by the way. That might be handy. There you go. Okay. At this point, kinda got all the cards going already. So this is effects 6 gamblers 9. Okay, next up I need to do, I think I'll actually like finish this part of the stream right now. I don't know if I want to do something else or if I just say that this is kind of it. But actually, let's see who's live before make any decisions on it. Squishy's live, of course. Frogo's live. Okay. Currently playing Binding of Isaac and Minecraft. Okay. So where was I? I was talking about. Yeah. I should think at least 3 things I need to do for the villain deck. I need to think of how the king works. I need to think how the standard 8 without the conditioned part of it would work. Probably like on a slightly on the weaker side. Same goes for 9, because they both have conditions. You know, they are not meant to have like a second type of thing anyway, but I want them to at least be somewhat rewarding if you play them in a poker hand, other than just like, yeah, I'll get my objective done, you know? Actually want something out of it. And then I need to think of how the table, so my board, interacts with the entire gameplay. Like, I want to think about that. Have a rule around max 3 gamblers. Max 3 gamblers. Maybe have a rule around going left, steps of 1, 2, 3. Now resetting on the other side of the board. Then connected to that, start 200 Monopoly. Idea. Ramping up or bell curve. Okay, like quick little notes that are connected to this, like either only going left with those steps, kind of like how King Candy does it. Passing like the ends or getting back to the start, something like that, rewards you with something. So that it incentivizes you to actually make a decision on going fast or slow with like a table. There could be like something to it. Who knows? Actually, maybe like rework, already a rework before it's released. Nice, good job. Gamblers into time-based / turn-based blocks instead of beating requirements. Don't want to screenshot. There you go. So that would mean that, for example, passing through my boards, then going back to the start again, that I'm allowed to remove a gambler from my table. Say like, yo, you don't no longer have money, so go away. Shoot. I don't know. Actually, I know a name for this one now. On the house. Ta-da. One on the house. Easy. Actually, wouldn't it be so rough to discard a card and then someone else fades you and they are feeling lucky? Wouldn't that be very rough? I don't know. Anyways. That will be it for now. I think that I'm going to end stream here as well. Yeah. It's been fun though. Kinda going back and forth in some things. Yeah. Muting the fireplace was actually like, oh shit, that's what silence sounds like. Okay, so quickly looking at who I want to rate. Could also wait, let me actually see which board games. Let's see. Category, is that something? Oh, yep, definitely is. Now, let's see. I will want to rate them. Quickly looking at the the languages, otherwise it would be unfortunate. What game looks interesting? Just like looking at it. That one looks cool.
Thank you for.
Okay, there's a shitty mic quality to that one.
Qualcosa? No,
What about this?
facciamo appunto Fede
Oh.
allo schema lì. Così.
Well, that's not English. What about this one?
Pokey sorts their food out. We now get our fun game going, if you like. And the next round, maybe we get Omni down, maybe we don't. Not sure.
Okay. In that case, we'll need to hop in VC once you're done so I can talk you through many of them. Yeah, sure. We can do that. I want to rate someone with...
know the game a bit. I'm just wondering because 70 points.
Out of these, which one is the most nerd?
I know.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the
Oh, thank you for the shout out.
House of Heroes. You're welcome.
Okay, there's definitely children in the background there. No, I don't think I want that. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. It is a group of people. They're having fun. So let's actually rate them. They're playing a board game right now. Let's play Lords of Waterdeep. Looks interesting. God knows how it works, but it looks interesting. Slash rate. Flipsy Fiona. That's a funny name. And Amir. Oh, right. Yuki, quickly claim the daily thing. Also, Fox, in case you haven't done that. Go do the daily hero deed. Just came back home. Timing, man, timing. No deeds, I'm villain. Yuki, right on time. Yeah, right on the money. Okay, so, oh. Good shit, Salika. Thank you guys for watching. Oh! What the fuck? Did you guys hear the disturbed version as well? What was that? What the fuck? Did you guys hear that? Okay, Jesus. That was cursed, yeah, the cursed bunk. Jeez. Oh, damn. I don't know how to feel about this right then. No, thank you guys for watching. It was quite a bit of fun, actually, just rambling on for the, like usual, but actually making a stream out of it. Okay, that's standard. Don't do it, thanks. Let's go raid Flipsy Fiona, who's playing Lords of Waterdeep with a couple of friends, it looks like. So yeah, let's go do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Yeah, curse screen. Bye-bye. Oh my god.